Good morning. It's your gourmet cave woman back with you as promised. Today, or rather, it's actually this morning, I'm going to make the almond flour bread. So I'm using Bob's Red Mill Superfine Almond Flour, 3.5 cups, 1 cup of yogurt, 3 pastured eggs, which I've already added the 3 pastured eggs, and 1/4 cup of melted grass-fed butter, 1 cup of yogurt, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and also some cinnamon. So this is 3.5 cups of almond flour. I've added the 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of the baking soda, and the cinnamon. And I've greased my baking pan very well with coconut oil, and it'll be at 350 for about 40 minutes. So I'll be back with you in a minute when I've put it all together, and I'll list the ingredients at the bottom of the video. Okay, so now I've put my wet and dry ingredients together, and I've put it into my loaf pan. This will rise, but you actually could use a smaller loaf pan. I did have a Pyrex one, and maybe I should have used that one, but it doesn't matter. It will rise, and it's actually going to turn out really nice. So here we go, my almond flour bread with coconut yogurt, salt, cinnamon, baking soda, and 3 wonderful eggs, and 1/4 cup of grass-fed melted butter. But make sure after you melt the butter to make sure you don't add it to the eggs when it's still hot. Let it cool down, otherwise it will curdle the eggs. So I will list the ingredients at the bottom of the video, and I'm going to put this in the oven, and I'll be back with you when the almond bread is baked. See you shortly. Okay, so I'm back. So I just took my almond bread out of the oven, and here you can see it's done. I put my knife in just to make sure that it's clean when it came out, which it was. So I'm just gonna let this cool off a little bit, but in the meantime, I want to make the tiger nut milk. So as I explained to you before, tiger nuts are indigenous to Ghana and Nigeria. It's particularly popular in Nigeria. They make a special drink, which I put a link at the bottom of this video for you if you are interested in making it. But this tiger nut milk can be used in smoothies as an alternative to any other nut milks. The beauty about tiger nut milk is that it is very low on the glycemic index. It has a very subtle sweet taste, and it is totally dairy-free, of course. And I really enjoy tiger nut milk. I mean, I'm also a big fan of camel milk. Those are my 2 favorite milk alternatives. I mean, yes, coconut milk is great too, but I'm not a lover of almond or cashew or any of the other nut milks. So I really actually prefer tiger nut milk, camel milk, and coconut milk. Those are the 3 that my number 1 is camel milk. I've done a YouTube video on camel milk, which is fantastic. So I'll be right back with you in a moment while I get this blender going. Okay, so here you can see I've put the mixture through my nut milk bag, and I squeeze it out, and there you have tiger nut milk. So you can use this as an alternative to any other nut milks or regular milk. It's just a great product. I love it in my smoothies. So I'll be back with you in a minute while I turn out my almond bread. Well, here you can see my almond bread. It turned out beautifully. And again, you can use it, with grass-fed butter, jam. You can toast it. I prefer not to toast it, but you can. And here I'm going to show you the tiger nut milk. I just tasted it. It's a wonderful flavor, very subtle sweetness. So I think this is about it for today. And as you can tell from most of my videos, I have a very specific lifestyle that I believe in terms of food. I believe in eating a lot of raw soups, juicing, alternatives to gluten. I'm a big fan of pasteurized eggs. I love camel milk, tiger nut milk, and I eat a lot of fish. And when I do eat beef, it's usually grass fed. I love lamb. So I think I have a very balanced diet. I meditate, I do super slow motion weightlifting, and I really have made a point of eliminating eating too many fruits. Fruits have been completely ruined with the GMO. They're sour, the skins are hard. They're just a waste of money, and they're actually quite expensive. And really, you can get your nutrition through green drinks, green soups. It's way, way more healthy and not as expensive. The fruits are just a complete waste of time. They don't have any more seeds, and they just don't taste like anything. So fruits are a big no-no in our family. We don't really buy them very much anymore. So have a wonderful day. And if this is your first time to my channel, please press the subscribe button, the like button, and I'll be back with you in a very short time. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.